What's your favorite of the stations? I mean,
The whipped cream.
really?
Yeah, because the whipped cream is
The
not
waffle
something
station is your favorite of the stations, though. I'm saying
with the continental breakfast.
like the omelet station is not a better station. I feel like it's a better station.
I go overrated on the omelet station. It's
That
like you
omelet
always
station
get
goes banana. Chef.
you always get one made, but you always get an omelet made, but do you finish it?
I always get one made.
You have a bunch of stuff. You have a smorgasbord of stuff.
I'm viewing the buffet stops, the stations on the buffet train. And the omelet stop is always the first stop I make. I go there first. Do I finish the omelet? Depends on the omelet. I mean, you can ruin an omelet.
You're giving up way too much real estate to that omelet. You don't go there first.
No, that's why it's a different plate, Chris.
I know you have multiple plates. I just feel like the omelet is on the back burner. Give me all the other stuff. Give me the sweets. Give me the bacon. Give me the sausage. It's like the omelet. Fine, I'll make one just because I gotta. But it's not the highlight of anything.
We know what the worst station is, right? The juice station.
Yeah,
the juice station.
Get out of here with your cranberry juice.
Oh my God! In the morning?
Yeah.
Really? Why? Who does this?
I feel like Woody loves a good juice station.
He did perk up when Mike said that.
He did.
I was confused. Like, why are we having to go with the juice station?
It's your balanced breakfast. Cranberry juice. Neat. A little cereal bar. The cereal dispenser, not a good invention.
Sad. It's so sad.
Sad. It always gets snagged.
It's an experience, though. It's a vastly inefficient way to deliver cereal, but I enjoy the twisting and the crunching. It makes a good sound.
Wait, why is it sad to you guys? I don't find the cereal station to be sad. I find it to be delightful.
Because
I love
it's
that
always
station.
They're always bad. Like you go to eat it and it's not what it would be at home. So you're eating and you're like, why am I eating this now?
Are we talking about the cereal station that has all the little boxes of cereal stacked up, or the ones where it has the little thing where you like pull the levy out and
It's
a bunch
a big
of cereal?
difference.
Because it is a big difference.
You're right.
If it's the cardboard boxes, sad. If it has them all like a bunch of cereals in the thing, and I can open a lever and a bunch of cereal falls in my bowl, much better cereal.
You
station.
like that? You like the dispenser?
Then I'd rather than the cardboard box, unless you're like saving it for later.
No one has ever made a good cereal dispenser. They're all Kirkland brand.
Yeah, they are.
They all struggle through the process. In the delivery of cereal, it's one purpose in life. It struggles with it.
It gets caught.
I have not found a fluid cereal dispenser.
It should be pre-portioned, right? The dispenser.
Mm-hmm.
But it's
you should just turn it on. It fills up your bowl, then it stops automatically.
Yep.
Also, the cereal
No
station.
one's invented that yet?
The cereal station bowls are also way too small.
Way too small.
You've never had a bowl of cereal at a cereal station that is reminiscent of a bowl of cereal you've had at
The hotels I stay at, they're plastic bowls. I mean, they're styrofoam bowls. The
Styrofoam
saddest
bowls.
bowls possible.
Oh yeah, the styrofoam bowls. Get out of here.
You pour the milk and it instantly splashes everywhere because there's nowhere for it to get caught.
You see, I think the problem is the milk.
Splash.
The milk is not as cold as the milk you drink at home. The milk is just kind of sitting out there. And the milk makes your cereal.
I was just going to say, that's the big issue with the juice. I don't want this room temperature orange juice.
Right. Stick it in the fridge.
Hold on.
Right.
You're not
I go
getting
ice at the-
You're not going milk carton here, Stugotz? You're doing dispensed milk? No.
Yeah, but even the milk carton is not.
Cold. It's cold, man. Come on.
Not
it's in the
all
fridge.
places.
What about like a jug of milk that's in a
ice bucket?
It's in an ice bucket.
Like it's champagne.
Ah, I love it. It has a 2% sign, a whole sign on the thing.
Better than
You
the
grab the whole,
refrigerator.
right?
That's a more ideal
2%,
scenario.
please.
Look at me.
It's more ideal than the refrigerator
me.
because if it's a continental breakfast, people are always opening up the refrigerator, and thus the cold air escapes, and none of the food gets to stay cold that's in the fridge. Put it in that tub of ice.
Wait, so we're saying the cereal station is the saddest?
Juice.
Or
bar.
the juice bar, yeah.
I love a bagel station. I love
Except
the
for
toast.
Woody.
I love the toaster where it goes on a ride and then
Conveyor
rides
belt?
down the slide.
that's the best, yeah.
Okay, hold on. 1,000%. That is the goat toaster, right? It's always on point.
The goatster, yeah, for sure.
Flips it over, flips it out.
Yep. No,
Yeah.
like when you get the one where it's like the 4 slices thing and it's supposed to be wide enough for a bagel, but it never is. The bagel gets caught, and then you get part of the bagel is completely untoasted and another part is burnt. It's black. I hate those toasters so much. So when I see the amusement park one, I'm like, we're in for a good toast.
What about
day.
the bagel cutter that you like put it in the little contraption and then you like
The best
guillotine
thing
it?
ever.
The guillotine, the
I
bagel
want one of those.
guillotine.
One of the great inventions of all time.
Yeah, man.
Seriously.
Bagel guillotine.
Changed the game.
I make the bagel have last words. Like, right, it's like, any last words?
I'm a simple man, but a conveyor belt always makes everything better. That's why when Quiznos had its time in the sun.
What
I
happened
love
to Quiznos?
following
You know what
along.
happened? You know what happened?
happened?
Subway said, "Oh, you toast them? Okay, we're gonna have toasters too." And that
Put
was
it on the poll,
Checkmate.
please. Does a conveyor belt make everything better. And I think Mike's right about that.
Chris,
We're simple men here.
checkmate. It's like when Instagram decided to do stories. It was like, okay, oh, you have this little cute thing, Snapchat? Okay, we're gonna do it, and we have way more followers and subscribers. And that's it. Checkmate. There were more Subways than Quiznos. Quiznos thing was like, you want that soggy, cold ass sub, or do you want this hot toasted one? And for a while we were like, yeah, man, I want that hot toasted one. And then Subway said, oh, so you bought yourself some toasters? Huh? You think that's your core competitive advantage? Get out of town.
Is Quiznos still a corporation? Because I know that there's still franchises. There's still franchises, but
Quiznos?
does it operate the way that Bennigan's did in that corporate shut down, but there were always these Bennigans that kind of still did well, and so they remained open as Bennigan's? Kind of like Blockbuster. There's like the Blockbuster in Alaska.
Right, there's one.
Is that what happened at Quiznos?
Bend, Oregon, I believe, is the last Blockbuster. Yeah. It went from a high of 4,700 locations in 2007 to just 1,500. That's as of May of 2018.
That's still a lot.
They went to bankruptcy. They're out of bankruptcy now. So it's around. It just
They're back?
Yeah, it's just not what it was.
I went to a Quiznos not too long ago because there's one in Westchester, and I'm like, I haven't been to a Quiznos in years. And then I went there, and because it wasn't part of this corporate structure.
Oh, they have their own menu?
It's just there was a certain standard in 2006 that Quiznos aspired to that I kind of felt this one had long forgotten.
They're mailing it in?
Yeah.
Really?
It's only 12 miles away from here. I'm going today.
Oh,
Quiznos?
I haven't had Quiznos in 7 years. I miss it.
Permanently closed. What are you talking about? I'm looking at permanently closed.
Well, there's one in Westchester.
I see it here. It's open.
Adjacent
Closes
to
at 7 p.m.
I see him around. Yeah.
Adjacent to a storage facility.
You see him around?
Roy, did you like Quiznos?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very good. I used to go to lunch there.
What was your go-to? Yeah, there was one by the station.
There was one in Hollywood.
There's one at the airport.
There's like a turkey and ranch and Swiss or something. There was like some turkey one that I would always get. Oh,
Bacon carbonara, I think that was the sandwich.
Got the black Angus steak.
Yeah.
Oh, and that one too.
I stopped going to that Quiznos because there was one time like a hair in my sub, and it's not the most sanitary thing, right? The way that they cook the chicken is just like, oh, we have this kind of warm water that will just like dump everything into a plastic receptacle and then just dunk it into the hot water a little bit.
I nailed it. Turkey ranch Swiss on the menu.
I'm
You're
looking
getting
at
that
it.
today, aren't you?
It's no longer there. The black
shut
Angus.
your mouth.
The black Angus is not there.
Do you remember the commercial campaign that they had right when they were about to pop off? It was like, we love these subs.
Oh my God, yeah. People still do that on TikTok. Right? With the eyes and the mouth. Yeah, I don't like
Bugged
that.
out.
I don't like that.
Did you see that clip, coincidentally, of bugged out people, of J.R. Smith and Iman Shumpert talking about the Golden State Warriors?
I did not watch it. I saw the clip.
You don't even need to see it with the sound on to know exactly how high those dudes were.
Oh, yeah. Shout out to Kevin Love, by the way. He got married, had the wedding. Everybody was there. LeBron said congratulations, had like 7 pictures. One of them was
He had to make it about him, LeBron.
No,
that
dude,
post,
he always
it's like,
does.
relax, okay? You went to a wedding.
Chris,
it's not your day.
Chris, one picture was of Kevin Love and the bride. Everything else was either him or Lobos Tequila.
Right. It's like him in a stoic position watching the ceremony.
It's
like, get over
amazing.
yourself, man.
Yeah, but if you invite LeBron to your wedding and he shows up to the wedding, he instantly becomes the story. It does become his day.
I think I sent him a
That's
text.
not Kevin Love.
I think I sent him a
honest.
text day of, hey, my day.
Dial it back?
Yeah.
Right. You've had plenty of your days. Today is, well, it's my wife's day.
Yeah.
Right. It's not your day,
Enough
LeBron.
with you today.
Right. But LeBron, he can't resist. It's always his day.
Or maybe he tells him the opposite. I want a lot of attention on this wedding. Turn it up today.
Hey, Kev.
Hold on. Okay.
If you invite me, make no mistake about it. It's my day.
Question,
It's
though.
not hers. It's not yours. It's my weekend. Okay?
Stugotz, let me ask you this because you're a business
Get me
man.
gifts.
If you're posting something that's congratulating someone on a wedding, on a birthday, whatever it is, yes or no, is it okay to also include an advertisement for your product? Because this is part of the congratulations to Kevin Love.
Yeah.
Is just that. I'm holding up to the camera right there. It's just Lobos Tequila.
Oh, God.
So it's not a picture of him and Cam
Nope.
winning. They won a title together, right?
Yep, they did.
Is that a picture of them holding up Larry O'Brien
No.
together, celebrating together, having a moment together? It's just LeBron's product?
It's just a table with Lobos tequila sitting there and a glass with a little bit.
This is actually a heady play by Kevin Love. Alcohol is expensive at a wedding. He's like, hey, LeBron.
Oh,
I'm looking for a tequila. Can you know, a little and then
LeBron-
boom, free tequila at your wedding.
LeBron brings the tequila. Channing Frye brings the wine
Boom.
because he's a wine guy.
Texting all the boys.
Yeah.
Right.
We need a vodka guy. I think was Ryan Reynolds invited? Doesn't he have a vodka?
Just because of that.
Yeah.
I think he's got a tequila.
I think
actually.
I'm going to do that now. I'm going to start.
I think
invite-
his is a gin.
What do you think LeBron, this is a pressure shit. When you're LeBron James, what do you give as a gift at a wedding?
Lobos tequila.
You show up.
No, you cannot just give your free product that you got for free.
I don't think LeBron gives gifts.
That is bullshit.
I
He
think
definitely
no,
gets a
LeBron
gift. He
is
has to
the gift.
You have to over gift if you're LeBron because you're LeBron.
No, I think the gift is, hey, I'm peeling away. I'm a busy guy. I can do anything I want in the world. I'm going to spend a weekend at your wedding.
You know what I bet he
That's
gets?
the gift.
I bet he gives like a 18-wheeler truck backs up to your house full of Nike.
Okay.
Full of Nike shit.
Well, you think Kevin Love needs Nike?
But I'm
shit?
just saying, I don't know, but like what? I mean, I guess that's LeBron going to a sponsor again and getting shit for free. I'm like, but like if there's I feel pressured to give gifts at weddings. LeBron has to feel pressure.
LeBron gave him a ring.
That's true. Before he could give his wife a ring,
Right.
LeBron gave him his first ring.
Correct.
50 Cent and Diddy own vodka, so you can invite
There,
them.
there you go. Ciroc, yeah. We'll get Ciroc in here.
Anthony's saying in the chat that LeBron claims he's cheap. Don't like, if
He
a
is.
rich person says they're cheap, they're
he
lying.
is. He was using Pandora, the free one with the ads on it.
That can't be true.
It's 100%
There's
true.
no way.
It's 100%. He wouldn't
Come
pay.
on.
He wouldn't pay the $4.95 or whatever it was a month for Pandora.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Maybe like a $50K check. LeBron is showing
No,
up with
you
a
can't-
gift,
you
man.
can't-
I'm
I'm
telling
telling
you.
you, LeBron feels like he's the gift. I'm at your wedding. I am the gift.
Ray
And-
Romano went to my wedding, well, his wife did. He
Really?
that's like an example. Yeah, you don't know that? Like,
I don't-
he's like in my family.
Right.
Yeah, he wasn't there. He was shooting The Irishman.
Mhm.
But
Well, that sucks.
yeah, but he showed up and he brought a gift. My point is, he doesn't like.
What
he's
kind of
relate-
gift? What gift did Ray Romano give you?
I mean, I feel it. Should I say? I think I might
You
have
gotta
said it
say it.
before. It was a good gift. I mean,
What-
$2,500,
Just cash?
Not
and I
bad.
hardly know him.
Not that
Right.
thoughtful.
Yeah,
Not that
Not bad.
thoughtful.
that was
Right.
by far the biggest number outside of like our parents.
So
Wow.
Greg Cody outbid Ray Romano. Is that what you're
Well,
telling
he
me?
paid for a
Well,
substantial
there you
part of
go.
the wedding.
Right.
Man.
Uncle Dick also showed up with a big gift.
I think if you're Greg, you ask Chris, hey, who wrote the biggest check? And then you have to exceed it by like $1, you know?
Should I bleep out how much he gave? Like, would I just expose? Are we
Yeah,
good?
that Ray Romano's a cheap bastard?
Right.
Is that
I
what
don't
you're
know.
worried
I might
about?
bleep
I
it.
mean,
We're fine.
2,500
I wa-
seems a little light for Ray.
I know.
I mean, I think he made like
Stugotz.
10
All right,
grand
now
an
I'm definitely
episode.
bleeping it.
Right.
Stugotz, especially he wasn't even there. He can't even do the LeBron thing of the gift was me. He wasn't even there, so he's got to go above and
you
beyond.
next
So is
week,
the
Greg.
buyout clause.
Good thing I'll see him next week.
Because I gave Le Batard the option of showing up to my kid's bat mitzvah and giving them a normal gift, or don't show up and you have to do the buyout clause. And he is putting them through college.
Well, his wife and daughter were there, so it wasn't like they totally didn't show up.
Right.
So what? No, but he wasn't there. The gift,
So I'm thinking if they wouldn't have showed up, would I have gotten more?
Mike, do you feel like LeBron has to bring a gift? Help settle this. Is LeBron
A huge gift.
If
LeBron
you
gives
invite
the biggest
LeBron
gift.
to your wedding and you're Kevin Love, is LeBron just merely showing up the gift, or does he also have to bring an actual gift?
Always has to bring a gift. That's why if you get to the level of wealth and celebrity that LeBron is, you should just have a personal assistant in your employ that says, "Hey, get Kevin something nice,"
Right.
and it's all taken care of. And all you got to worry about is LeBron James is showing up to the open bar.
Now, guys, I want to read the caption, and then I want to read Kevin Love's reply to the caption under the slideshow about the wedding.
So
right?
this is LeBron's post with his
tequila on there.
Okay, what's it called, by the way?
Lobos.
Lobos
Yeah.
tequila? Okay.
3 words. Man, what a moment in time I'll never forget! Exclamation point! Exclamation point! Seeing my brother marry his best friend was caps incredible! Exclamation point! Exclamation point! Exclamation point! I love you guys more than you'll ever imagine, and I'm always here for you guys! Exclamation point! Exclamation point! Exclamation point! Everyone, welcome to the stage, Mr. and Mrs. Kevin Love! Exclamation point! Exclamation point! Clap hands! Clap hands! Clap hands! Clap hands! Clap hands! P.S. Katie, you're the poop emoji! Poop emoji! Poop emoji! Poop emoji! Fire emoji! Fire emoji! Fire emoji! Fire emoji! Fire emoji! Brown heart! Brown heart! Brown heart! Brown heart! Brown heart! At Kevin Love! At the young ladies! I guess at Kate Bach.
Very nice. Nice
All right.
post.
Kevin Love's reply. I love you, brother. Whatever you guys need, we are there for the Jameses.
Very nice.
Mm-hmm.
I
It's a
feel
nice
like
moment.
Kevin Love, his response was a little intense. Like LeBron wrote a very generically nice thing, right? Like the thing that we
No, brown heart poop emoji fire. That's not generically nice.
Good point.
So over and above the Call of Duty.
And perhaps a little over the top. Right?
Duty.
Ew.
But when he says whatever you guys need, we're here for the Jameses. And I'm imagining like LeBron in a Taken type situation. And it's like, there's only one person I can call. He picks up the phone and Kevin Love says, hey, Bron, how's it going? I'll be there in 20 minutes. And then just snaps the phone shut, heads to the airport. Babe, what's going on? I have to go. Like, we promised on our wedding day that we'd be in this together.
I've always envisioned that. Like
We have to be there for the Jameses.
Yeah, so that she suits up in her jumpsuit, and they got Kevin Love jumpsuit, and then they go to the airport, and like they're in a plane, and it's like, all right, our drop zone is approaching. You ready, babe? I'm ready. They kiss, and they jump in the night. They got night vision goggles, and the parachutes come out. They ditch the parachutes. They land somewhere in the Balkans, and they coordinate with LeBron. LeBron
really thought this one out, huh?
Oh man, it's all coming to me.
Why
It's
are
all-
you making the love sound to be like
Because they're there for the
Rambo?
Jameses, whatever they need.
Yeah. I've always wanted to push that hypothetical out to the extremes. Like after I check into a hotel, hey, whatever you need, let us know.
Right.
And you just call them at 4:30 a.m. Man, I'm in a bad.
You
way.
call them every I would go I would call them like every 30 seconds with something so tiny. Like, Kev, you said whatever I need.
I'm not exactly sure where I am, but there's an armed guard. Please.
I like the
Send an
different
Uber.
ends of the spectrum. Stugotz wants trivial, small things all the time.
Right.
Mike is going in with one big ask that no one has ever gotten in their life.
Yeah, I want to reach out to somebody I graduated high school with and be like, hey, 20 years ago when you said, hey, whatever you need.
I want to see how far I can push it because I'm LeBron and the
Do you
Loves
know
have vowed to
family law?
always be there for the Jameses. No,
No.
like, hey, Kev, I need a towel. You
They
know?
signed your yearbook. Anything. If you ever need anything, hit me up. And like 40 years later,
Have you guys, Stugotz, you strike me as the kind of guy that says, hey, whatever you need to people and absolutely doesn't mean it. Like,
Of
do you-
course. Yeah.
I don't do whatever you need. You know what I do? I say, if you need anything, let me know. That doesn't mean I'm going to do anything.
never
about
let
it.
you know,
Just let me,
too.
just like, I mean, but if they do, I'm like, okay,
Right.
thanks for letting me know.
Yeah.
I never said I was going to help you. I just said, let me know.
I'm going to go through my yearbook and just go through all the KITs and call those numbers and be like, hey, it's Mike. 20 years ago, you wrote in my yearbook, KIT. Well, this is me KITing.
you all right?
Keep
Everything
it together.
good? No, keep in touch.
Hey, it's Mike. This is me, KITing.
Yeah.
Right.
I've held up my end of the bargain. 20 years have passed.
Right.
I
You
love
didn't once KIT.
I love when you're on the opposite end of that. When people accuse you of not staying in touch, I'm like, did you call me? I'm sorry. Like,
Phone works both ways.
yeah, it's a two-way street, boy.
But you're more front facing. There's an expectation for you.
What? Why
Yeah,
isn't?
because
why-
your television's Amin Al Hassan.
so? Oh, so they're seeing me all
Yeah.
the time.
Yeah, it's the implication that
Oh.
you should, like the onus is on you, given that things are going so well for you.
You know, I feel like this is a situation that I get into a lot, and it ends up being a great, that same lines to us. It's a great exit strategy. It's a two-way street, because then all of a sudden I've shifted the focus on them, and they realize, oh my God, the hypocrisy.
Right.
Oh, I love it, and I can see it, and truly it was me. I didn't want to contact these people. I don't want to stay in touch, but knowing I flipped it on its head, and now I can exit with my head held high. It's tremendous, tremendous stuff, boys. I tell you what, I'm gonna write a book one day.
Do you feel some sort of obligation because, you know, you're a visible guy and people
None.
know what you
None whatsoever.
a little extra at the wedding or no?
Oh,
Nothing?
if I go to the wedding,
yeah, you got to bring it
yeah.
like yeah.
I got to be in character. I
Yeah.
can't just show up to a wedding and be demure. I mean, sipping something. No, I have to be like, hey, life of the party.
right.
It's a tough life.
But in
you know,
terms of gift, do you
Heavy
feel
as a
like you
head.
have to
what's up? A
Heavy
gift.
as head.
Oh, gift. I'm not good with
like
gifts.
I get you bring the slide whistle, I get all of it, right?
Celebrities feel the need to overtip.
That's me. They're
That's
going
you.
for the grace of
You're a
God.
celebrity.
I feel I have to overtip.
Yeah.
I
Heaven forbid that someone back at the Bennigans is like, wow, what
Dude.
Amin Al Hassan, television's Amin Al Hassan is a bad tipper.
I didn't tell this story. When I was in New York, a cab driver tried to not pick me up. I literally stepped out in traffic, so he couldn't go by. He told me, "Oh, I got a curb app appointment." That's one of those. It's like
Uber for taxis.
Uber for taxis. And I said, "Show me the appointment on your phone, and I'll get out of the way." He said, "Oh, I can't because it's mountain." I said, "My cousin's recording. He's coming to the side of the car. Show him, and I'll get out of the way." He couldn't show it. So then we had like this standoff where he would like Tiananmen Square style. Like I'm just like this, and he'll like try to move, and I'm like move to the left, move to the right in front of him. Stood there for like 10 minutes having an argument with this dude.
I
Because
hate New York.
I said, one of three things is going to happen. Number one, you have a curb app appointment. You show me that appointment, I'll get out of the way. Number two, you let me in this car and you're going to give me a ride. Number three, you say, I don't pick up black people, and then I'll get out of the way.
This is escalated.
It definitely escalated.
Yeah. Well, I mean, when you were playing a game of chicken in the middle of the street with a taxi cab, we were already there.
So I end up getting in the cab, right? On the way, I'm just giving it to this guy. It's like this. It's it's illegal for you to do this.
You're actively fighting with a cab
Not
driver.
fighting. He's taking it because he's giving me lame excuses like, well, I had one, but then I canceled it for you. I'm like, you never mentioned that until we're in the car that you canceled the curb app appointment. I don't believe you, sir. I think you're full of shit. And I kept going and going.
People
and
are tough with the
at
partition.
the end, tipped him 20%. And I told him I'm tipping. You know why? Because you think black people are cheap or whatever. I'm here to tell you, boom. Because I'm a nice guy, I'm a good guy, I'm tipping you. I'm also reporting your ass. Got out, was on the phone with 311 for an hour. An hour.
Was it worth it, or did you feel a little ridiculous after the hour?
The rare tip
No.
with a
Okay.
negative report.
Oh,
Changed
yeah.
that man's life.
Did you say I'm television's Amin Hassan?
Absolutely. After in the car, I was like,
Oh, you wait till I say your name on the jump.
oh.
That's what
no,
you were
no,
saying?
No, I said I'm on the #1 podcast.
That's what you said?
Yeah.
No,
this
you didn't.
I sure did. I dropped
On
it.
podcast is Amin Hassan.
Yeah, I
Good.
dealt Le Batard Show. I said, you may not have heard of it, but trust me, millions have.
Wait till steak sauce is in your
Oh, my
menchies.
God. Who's steak sauce?
Huh?
Steak sauce.
A1
Being-
listener.
yeah.
Legendary listener.
Oh, is that a, okay.
Yep.
All right. Is it like Arash? What happened to Arash?
I don't know what happened to
Rash?
Rush.
Arash.
Arash.
Rush.
He's
We had a
perfect.
good run with
He
him.
He stopped
yeah.
taking the pandemic, I think.
Oh.
And
Stopped
phone
taking,
calls. Right.
Yeah, local
Yeah,
hour
we stopped.
kind of evolved, and then it never kind of went back to what it was. But Wake and Take was
Who was
today.
the random college coach you would always have a go at? Didn't-
the PJ Fleck. Keep growing.
Yeah, PJ Fleck. He started every call with PJ Fleck. It was weird.
Rash was wrong about that. Fleck ended up being a decent coach for Minnesota.
Did he really?
That's why he hasn't called. That's why he hasn't called back.
Yeah,
Shame.
He was wrong.
he had a fascinating job too. He was like a snow sweeper in Toronto. He operated these machines that just were like snow blowers.
But he's from New York. Wasn't Arash from New York?
He was definitely in Toronto.
Oh, wow. This
Huh.
is my whole
was New
world.
York.
I think it was a rash in New York. I think you're right.
I think it
on that.
was a rash in New York, Mike.
I think we had
By
David
way
from
of Toronto.
Toronto. We had David
from
Toronto.
I'm sorry.
Oh,
Yeah,
It's
that's
a
wow.
fine. Yeah, it's a fine.
This is
Yeah.
so long.
It's just $2.
Well, this is what happens when you don't keep in touch.
Wait a minute. Doesn't the so the tip doesn't that work against your argument with
What?
about the driver? Like, can't they look back and say, "Hey, you tipped this driver very, very well. Now you're calling to complain about the driver"?
So David in Toronto
well-
had that snowblower that also blew garbage.
Yes.
Ah, I'm
Yep.
so sorry.
$2.
So, Stugotz, I'm glad you asked that. My 311 report not only has my whole hour with an operator describing everything,
Right.
but we also submitted video proof. Sorry.
Look at you.
Sorry, guy, taxi
Wow.
driver. Should I drop his name and his medallion number?
But you tipped him. I mean,
I tipped him to prove a point, Stugotz.
Right.
I tipped him.
No, I understand that,
I
but the
did-
tip could work against you.
No, it
theoretic-
won't. No, it won't. Because
Okay.
because I said it in my deposition. I said, and then I tipped him at the end just to show him
Deposition.
I'm better than him.
Right.
Yes, that's right. If I make more money than you, I'm better than you. That's what I'm. Go ahead, get angry, Reddit. Rise up, Twitter. Amin thinks he's better than us. Yes, I am.
Do you have to tip the Uber driver? Because the tip is built in, right?
No, I don't tip him.
At the beginning of this stuff, you didn't. That was the whole thing of this.
Yeah, you don't have to tip them.
And
It's-
now something happened along the way where it's kind of expected again.
Something. I wonder what happened, Chris. What?
No, but it was before. Are you saying the pandemic?
Yes,
Dude, before the pandemic, they were trying to do this stuff with like, hey, now you can tip. There's
There's always a
there's a
plan.
tip option.
Well,
like,
that's
this
how
was,
they got-
They might be blaming it on the pandemic. This was in the works
But that's
before
how-
the pandemic.
That's how they got you in the tent, though. It's like taxis, but you don't have to feel like you have to
That's
tip
right.
them. But
Yes.
the plan was always that you tip them.
And then they started doing these articles like they don't actually make that much. So it's like I'm gonna start guilting you into tipping them, even though you don't have to. Remember, it's Uber, but they don't make that much. Blah 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 blah. So now
Right.
of course I tip, and I tip now, but I do it for the driver. I hate the company.
now it's gotten to the point that taxis, when you go to New York, taxis way better option.
Yes.
than Uber.
more available
way,
and cheaper.
way,
Yes.
way more cost effective.
Yeah.
And more fun to call.
Went to the airport,
Yeah.
came back. from the
Taxi.
Yep.
No, yeah, fun, Chris. Unless you're
You're
standing
right.
in the
Well,
middle,
I've literally
in the
never
middle of
called for a
7th
taxi.
Avenue and
Yeah.
trying to like.
Two Americas.
I don't think I've ever called a taxi.
The first
it just
time,
seems fun.
The first time I took Uber, I did that. I didn't know what I was doing.
Uber!
Yes, no, I was doing it.
You actually thought you had to call Uber.
I just flagged one down. That's what I thought.
Oh my God! Walking my dad on how to install Uber in his phone.
The
was
first
something.
time I took Uber, I didn't even know what it was. I was with my cousin. This is in New York. And I say, oh, you want to get a cab? Or so I was like, no, I got a car coming. I'm like, oh, you ordered a car service? He's like, no. And I'm like, okay. And then like a Camry rolls up and I'm like, dude, we're not getting in the back. Like, how do we know this stranger? Like, how do we know they're going to take us? And I said, what, do you pay him at the end? Or you like, what? We don't pay him at all. Like, no, it's already been done. Like, when? I didn't see you do anything. It blew my mind.
Yeah. It blew my mind too. My first experience with Uber was in Austin, Texas, and I went with one of my friends. What do you know, Ibrahim? I know Ibrahim. Being in New York, he knew about it. He was a man about town. He was a man about town, and like we hop in the car, and he's in the front seat, and he's there with a lady friend who will remain nameless.
Okay.
And they were just, publicly displaying affection.
Wow.
And there's this person that's in the front seat. We're in some random Camry, as you put it, and it's just. Wow, anything goes in these Ubers.
What are the rules on that?
Wait, by the way, Stugotz, I just want to say that Ibrahim is the friend that fell asleep throughout the entire trip that they took to England. A couple years
standing
ago.
up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The guy was asleep in every
Oh,
picture.
that guy.
Yeah.
Okay.
What are the rules, Chris?
Yeah.
The rules?
Like where's the line? Like, obviously, I can kiss my wife in an Uber.
Yes.
But obviously, I probably can't have sex in an Uber.
No.
Where's the line?
What's the in between there is what you're asking.
I should mention that this was kissing, but I'm uneasy about public displays of affection.
Me too.
As
Are you?
I've gotten older, I've just become more and more conservative against
I
that. To the
am.
point that it's like I say things in my head like get a room. It's just I become like an
I
old
say it out
curmudgeon.
But like, where do you draw the line? Because your wife needs it. You need it occasionally, like hand holding. I mean, I feel like
No,
that's
that's
a nice.
fine.
That's fine,
Little
right?
coquita,
Hug.
that's fine.
Hugs.
How do you guys release?
great.
How do you know with your spouse when to release the handshake? I mean, the holding of hands. It's everyone's the same, right? It's the squeeze.
Oh no.
You're holding hands.
No,
you're
no.
walking into dinner. It's like, okay, I'm kind of done with this. You give a little squeeze.
Oh no, the squeeze.
Right.
The
That's the
squeeze is like a double down, isn't it? Like,
No.
I'm so
For me
happy
and my
to be
wife,
here.
The
when
squeeze. Hold on a second, because I'm with Amin. I think there are two types of squeezes. There is a squeeze that says no, stay right here.
Oh yeah, there's a
And
pin.
there's a
man.
squeeze that says get the
that's
hell
more
out
of
of
a
here.
hold.
Yeah.
I'm talking about this is quick. It's like purr. Like
Yeah, it's gotta be a double. It's gotta be more
if
than
she's
one.
holding on tight
Right.
and not
Hold
like.
up your hand so I can see it.
All right, I'm holding. Roy, hold my hand.
It's the best nonverbal communication
so
that
it's
a
like-
married couple can have is a hand squeeze.
It's like this. You're here. You're holding, and then this is when I want to release.
Oh, double
Whereas
tap.
if my
Double
wife,
squeeze,
if my wife
right.
just clinches,
Yeah, you
then
gotta
I'm
get
like,
out of
okay.
there.
Well, no, that's then she's like there might be something she wants to
She's
hold on
holding
to.
on to
The
for
quick
dear life.
double tap
right,
of a
yeah.
that's I'm done with this. I've had enough.
I get that.
Enough for me, Clive.
I get that. The hard extended squeeze is like, get me
Live.
out of here.
Oh, yeah.
We gotta go.
Danger. It means danger.
Yeah, this person's weird. Or sometimes I do the double squeeze, like you find this person as funny
Yeah,
as I do. Like,
yeah,
kill
that's- oh,
this
that's-
person.
that's
That's
what I-
accompanied with a
Yeah.
head nod, though.
I do-
That's,
no, no, no.
that's with a
This
head nod
person's
pointing in
an
that
idiot.
direction.
It's,
Yeah,
it's
that- the head
multiple
nod.
squeezes.
Or also, just so you know, I'm not talking politics here, and this one goes in the pros column for Mike.
What's the squeeze you get when you're approaching an annoying couple and your wife knows it? You've had discussions about it before.
That's
like
just when you turn in the
she
opposite
will latch
direction and
on.
start walking in the other
No,
direction.
she'll latch on to me for dear life. Like, don't you dare leave me alone with these people.
It depends if I know them well or not, because I can get a pretty good read on someone if I could be a sarcastic asshole directly to their face or not. Or I guess even some would say more of a sarcastic asshole.
Right.
Yeah, I don't want to sell myself short, but then I'll just start saying things out loud in front of Cynthia, and she gets my sense of humor and just my general MO.
She knows what you're doing.
Yeah, she'll
Right.
know when I'm making fun of somebody directly to their face.
But has she ever been like, Mike, a little too far? Like, knock it off? No?
Yes, and sometimes I do push the line, and I take everything as data, and I try to improve.
Data.
Really? Trying to improve.
Oh, I'm on
huh?
a big self-improvement.
You'll give up on that.
Yeah,
I mean, at some point.
Yeah.
Right around 50.
You know, beta males like myself, we like to take it. We like to take in.
You said beta meals at first, by the way.
meals.
You're hungry.
I have been working out a bit about beta meals.
Have you? What a weird bit to be working out.
Too many people in your mentions actually have their face on their avatar. Beta meals.
Keep working it out. I mean, am I wrong in thinking that the Atlanta Hawks, by getting Murray,
Murray.
Trey Young and Dejounte Murray,
DeJounte Murray.
Is it?
DeJounte. The J
Wait, Mike,
is
is it
hard.
DeJounte or
DeJounte.
DeJounte or Deontay? I think it's Deontay Murray.
No, he's not.
Murray!
Murray! It's DeJounte Murray? It's weird.
I believe you made him a mustard.
I did.
Before that, he made him like
Dijon?
Scandinavian. Deontay.
For the people, the uninitiated, how do we pronounce Murray's first name?
DeJounte Murray.
Okay.
Still sounds like a mustard.
Not Dijon.
When you put it all together, it
DeJounte
sounds
Murray.
like a fancy mustard. Like the name of the mustard is DeJounte Murray.
Oh, it's French.
It does.
Where they put
One
it.
word, DeJounte Murray.
Murray.
I think you go just DeJounte there, no? You leave out the Murray?
I just always
Or
say
mustard.
Murray from the Spurs.
Right. Am I wrong in thinking like the Hawks, that's the best backcourt in the NBA, right? Trae Young and Murray?
Oh God, come on, no.
The best.
Mike
backcourt
Murray
in the
was really good last year.
He was. He was an
Yeah,
all-star.
he was an all-star.
He was
Some
a
would say.
triple-double.
Yeah,
Yeah. he was-
I'm not saying, but all right, let's. Do
I feel like
this.
the Hawks got a lot better
Because-
yesterday. Am I
They
crazy?
did. They did Stugotz, but do we have to do the best
But
backcourt? in
are
the
you
NBA
doing
ranking?
like the equal? Because any
Yes, I
backcourt
do.
that has Steph
Actually,
Curry, any backcourt that has Steph Curry on it is the best backcourt, right?
I don't know.
Would you? Let me ask you.
Thompson and Clyde. I know where you're going.
Trae Young or Murray? Trae Young and Murray versus Thompson and Steph Curry.
This Klay Thompson?
Yes, and this Steph Curry.
This Steph Curry's pretty good.
This is not a hard question. It's Steph Curry.
I
and Klay
think
Thompson.
it's a tricky question, Mike. I do.
No, well, how are you approaching it?
I mean, Trae
Collectively,
Young-
are we this good, or just individually, our name and reputation?
What
is this
about?
good?
What about? Let me submit another one. DeJounte Murray and Trae Young, or Kyle Lowry and Victor Oladipo.
That one's easy for me.
Yeah, that's
Trae-
an easy one.
Trae Young and Murray from the Spurs. Even though he's on the Hawks now, I'm still.
Well, I wonder if
Murray
Eric
from the
Spoelstra would
Spurs.
have the same answer.
Well, I mean, the overall, why would the Spurs do that?
Why would the Spurs do that? Because
They're
They're
tanking.
they got, first of all, yes.
But tanking for who? For what?
Victor Wembanyama. He's
Yeah,
a big
yeah.
French
I'm
guy.
so happy you're talking about this dude because he
Yeah.
has like the best highlight
Okay.
reel I've ever seen for a prospect.
He's like this 7-foot French.
When's he
dude
available?
with a
Next year?
Next year's
Okay.
draft, yeah. With like an 8-foot.
7-foot wing, dangerous game. Bad knees.
What's his name?
Victor Wembanyama. Right, I believe.
I think it's like Wembanyama.
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 And so people are tanking for this guy?
Yeah.
Yes.
So it was thrown out there that Oklahoma City might keep kicking the can down the road with all their draft picks because they want to tank for next year too because they're so in on this number one pick. But apparently the consensus is that everyone is in on this number one pick because he's that good.
By the way, there's another kid coming out of the G League program named Scoot Henderson. He was actually in the G League Ignite program as a high school junior or as a high school. He forewent his high school senior year to play for the G League Ignite. And then next
So he went straight to the G League, earned some money,
yes,
and now
he
he's...
he basically did
Right.
a 2-year G League Ignite deal, and he's
Scoot flies, by the way.
Scoot flies according to Tony, and Hoopers know. Real Hoopers know.
Wouldn't you say Scoot can scoot?
No, because he's doing dunks that people can't even do in the dunk contest. Look up Scoot, and he does a dunk where it's almost like behind the back between the legs. It's incredible.
So he's Zion.
I'd go with Boston's over Atlanta's of Marcus Smart and Jaylen Brown.
Okay, I mean, we don't... All right, go ahead.
I
That's
mean,
Defensive
fine.
player of the year and
I didn't mean
Jaylen
to
Brown.
bring it there. I just felt like Atlanta got a lot better.
I would go
They
with.
did.
I
They
would.
did.
I
But
might
this-
argue
this is where we
Cleveland.
Yeah.
No, Trae Young's better. No, but Cleveland, if
Sexton
we're
and
projecting,
Garland. Sexton and
I
Garland.
mean, to Stugotz's point, there aren't too many backcourts that have two All-Stars in it.
Right.
Chicago, I would take
Levine
Chicago
and
and Lonzo and Levine.
Lonzo and Levine. Yeah.
You would not take those two.
I think I would.
No, you would not.
Yes, I
You're
would.
just being silly. Over Trae Young and Murray?
But you're saying this like it
You
gives
would not take Chicago's backcourt over Trae Young and Murray.
Is Trae Young and Murray even better? Like, what's their ceiling? Are they better than when Portland had McCollum and Lillard? I
Trae
don't
Young
think
got
so.
to the Eastern
Well,
Conference Finals without
Oh,
Murray.
don't even talk
I
to me
think-
about that Eastern
I
Conference.
think
Finals.
He got there.
Don't talk to me about
But
that.
Mike, that's not fair. I could say don't talk to me about the finals you made in the bubble. I mean,
I think this year kind of proved that the
well,
Hawks
you made the Eastern
Hawks
Conference Finals.
the Hawks ECF appearance was kind of an outlier.
But not Lonzo Ball and Zach LaVine. Come on. You would take Trae Young and Murray.
I would
over
take
that.
Maxey and Harden.
I'd take
Atlanta
I would take
over that.
Luka and whoever the hell you got at the 2 guard.
Well, it's
I don't-
Brunson. I mean,
Okay, I'd take Luka and Brunson. I'd take Luka and Tim Hardaway Jr.
you would just take Luka, is
Yeah.
what you're saying.
Yeah.
Right.
It's a sport where you'd rather have the one guy than the two guys.
Yeah.
You'd rather have Steph Curry and blank over Trae and DeJounte because you have
Oh.
Steph Curry.
Phoenix. Easy.
Yeah, book CP.
CP, come on.
Don't do this.
Will you knock
You're
it
going
off?
with Murray, who you don't even know how to pronounce his first name.
DeJounte.
Over.
I mean, Phoenix is probably good for like another with Chris Paul another year or two, but that like long term, the
Milwaukee?
Hawks backcourt.
Milwaukee, Holiday, and
Well, that's
Is
a
it
decent
Middleton?
one.
Well, I
Right.
think they put Wesley Matthews.
Matthews is a 3. See,
Well, who's their 2?
Matt Middleton?
You think so?
Yeah, I mean, just for the purpose of this argument.
Not according to the worldwide leader.
I mean, here I am thinking the Hawks could come out of the East because of this backcourt.
New
You guys
Orleans?
seem to be like, I don't know.
McCollum
And I think
and
Whittingham's
Ingram.
with
and,
me.
and Alvarado, yeah.
Well, they have Ingram. I'm going by worldwide leader here on depth chart.
Ingram's a 4.
Listen, I will give you Steph and Clay, maybe.
Maybe. Wow.
You're not giving me
Let's draw
Phoenix?
the line right there. No, I'm not giving you Phoenix.
I know you have the whole thing about him, but
They
how
won
about
60 games last year.
Phoenix did.
Phoenix,
64.
Yeah.
Okay.
But aren't you looking like 6 or 7 years down the road? Like you want this for a
Ooh.
long time. How long's Chris Paul got left?
The prompt
He's
was:
done.
is Murray and Young the best backcourt in the NBA? Not the best backcourt in the NBA in 5 years.
Yeah.
The best backcourt in the NBA at this moment in time. So I would agree with Mike. I think Phoenix's is better.
In 5 years, it might be Detroit. Cade
Yeah.
Cunningham and Jaden Ivey.
You love Detroit. No one loves Detroit more than Amin loves
I'm
Detroit.
telling you, I'm high. But Stugotz, because
they signed 2 Miami Hurricanes players undrafted.
I learned from you, Stugotz. I'm staking out this position now. So when they
Excellent.
get good,
Yeah.
I can point to multiple episodes. I was on them from basically, second half of Cade Cunningham's rookie season.
Do you spread that out and like say it for a few teams?
I do. No.
You have to. Well, you
yeah,
better.
yeah,
couple,
Yeah, you better.
I got a couple. I throw them out there.
Would you take Detroit's over Cleveland's next 5 years with their backcourt? Garland and Sexton. It's damn good. Why is Sexton always talked about as someone they might move? I don't understand
Because
that.
they have Garland.
So redundancy?
Yeah.
He got hurt last year, though.
Sexton did, yeah. And it
Yeah,
was
they
a
also
bet-
had Ricky Rubio.
Yeah.
I thought that was when they were playing their best ball. I
They
hope they
were.
bring him back.
I don't. I
Why
think they
is-
might. I think they might.
Rubio's got good ball in him. I mean, like, he gets hurt. Rubio's a good player.
He's a good player.
Why do you have to say it like that, though?
Guys,
You're not 100% sure, right?
How do we feel about Steph Curry hosting the ESPYs?
I'm confused why these guys don't think Murray's very good.
I can't. I can't.
No,
No one said that.
No one said that.
I'm not certain he
You know
should.
what? Let's stay where you guys were. We'll
I'm
go to
not
Steph
certain he
at the
should be
ESPYs
hosting
later.
the ESPYs. I mean, I gotta be honest with you. I mean,
We'll do ESPYs later. Stay where you're at.
the guy's a triple double.
You wanna
I
talk about-
mean,
He's good. He's a very good player. He's an all-star.
You say he's good. He's
an
good.
all-star.
Hey, Ricky Rubio. I mean, you're drooling over it.
Not quite drilling. Not quite drilling. No, it's a huge pickup for the Hawks. Because he's the perfect player to play alongside Trae Young. Trae Young is small and doesn't defend. Murray is a guy who defends guys that are bigger than him. Trae Young needed someone else who can make plays while he's not on ball or not on the court. Murray is a great playmaker. So it is a great deal. They gave up a lot of picks for him. But Murray's contract is very affordable. I think he makes $33 million total over the next 2 years.
16 and a half next year. That's cheap for a
That's
guy,
super
22
cheap.
points, 9 rebounds, 8
Super-
assists.
Super cheap.
It looks like they watched what went wrong against the Miami Heat, and they realized specifically what could alleviate that matchup problem.
And so they're a much better team. Now, the number of picks they gave up for them, particularly unprotected ones, I might feel a little skittish about it, but they felt the need to get a lot better right now. And they did that. And John Collins' deal is another one that's out there where it could happen. I'm not mad at it. I think it's a good deal for them. I think the Spurs definitely have shot up the tank standings. But Stugotz, you got them as the best backcourt in the NBA?
I mean, they're certainly in that discussion.
You got them. How good do you think the Hawks are going to be next year with the best backcourt in the NBA?
So they have Collins, they have Bogdanovich, right?
Yeah,
Pretty
yeah,
good player.
yeah.
Capella's back.
Capella's back, yeah. Okongwu is playing better and more.
They went to the Eastern Conference Finals 2 years ago.
Yes, they did, yeah.
I mean, I'm not surprised if that team is back in the Eastern Conference Finals.
So you got Miami, you got Boston, you got Milwaukee, and you got Philly, and Toronto's always tough. And Chicago, when they're healthy, they're tough too. And Brooklyn, by the way, when they're healthy, they're pretty good too. That's 7 teams I just named right there.
Yeah.
You've got Atlanta beating all but one of them.
I could see Atlanta making it to the Eastern Conference Finals for sure. Yes.
I don't know.
I mean, it's a really good backcourt, man.
It is a really good
and
backcourt.
there are ancillary
better.
players.
They are better. This deal makes them undeniably better right now. I'm just saying to you, it's tough in the East, man. like I said, Boston, Milwaukee.
That changed quickly, by the way.
But Boston and Milwaukee will be there for sure. Miami, we're strong feeling they'll be there. Philadelphia, I can't see how they can mess it up. Brooklyn, if they're healthy, that might be the best team in the conference.
Big if,
right? That's a big if, sure.
Mm-hmm.
Then Chicago, when healthy, they were the best team in the conference regular season wise.
Right.
And Toronto's always there. And Cleveland, I forgot about, will be better. And Charlotte will be better. It's just crowd. It's hard for me to say DeJounte Murray, that's a piece that puts you in the NBA Final Four. I don't know.
We should have mentioned Memphis with backcourts.
Oh, yeah?
Bane and Ja.
Yeah.
I would take that one over Atlanta.
Giving you the people.
Trying to think if I should stake out the Hawks right now. That should be my.
Oh, see, there you go.
Yeah.
Hey, we should go around the room. Everyone pick a team right now that's like buy low, sell high later.
But the Hawks wouldn't be that team, right? I think people are now high in the Hawks.
I'm buying Detroit. I'm buying Detroit
with the
now.
exception of you and Mike, everyone seems to be excited about the Hawks.
Oklahoma City Thunder for me.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
No, you
probably doing some Heat stuff. And looking at it through the prism, the Murray stuff does improve the Hawks' chances. That series wasn't particularly close.
Right.
So they did get better. Do they close the gap? I don't think so. And also, I'm expecting that the Heat do something to improve their roster.
Right. Right. We got to see how it all shakes out. Can we go back to the ESPYs talk now?
Yeah.
I'm
We're done
excited.
picking teams.
First, I want to just compliment you. Textbooks for broadcasting are going to be written today on your ability to fight through phlegm.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God.
You
Just
are
like
fighting
their
it.
chapters will be written.
Yes.
Your picture will be in there. Like it is just chef's kiss. today.
Remember Game of Thrones? Remember Hodor? That's what's happening right now with the phlegm in my throat. Like
why?
there's just a guy there. Hold the door.
holding the door.
Hold
Right.
door. As the phlegm is just like you see its leg kick out from behind the door, arms and stuff. It is right on the cusp, but it won't go. It's just giving me this nice little raspy voice that makes me think of Demi Moore and Ghost.
That
He had
makes
that
sense.
raspy
It
voice,
does make
man. I was
sense.
like,
It does.
oh, man.
Yeah. But you are fighting through it like a
Ditto.
champ. Yeah.
So what's the
And
standard?
that's coming from experience. I mean, you're really fighting through it in a way that I never have. I mean,
Compliment.
but I'm wondering the source of said phlegm. Like that's my major concern.
what's
I'm
funny?
sitting very close to you. I mean,
in the last, I haven't experienced any of it other than when I'm sitting down in the studio, because it happened to be yesterday too. I don't know. No one noticed it. Yesterday it was happening. And then as soon as we're done, my voice sounded fine. For the rest of the day and the rest of the night, I've recorded Cinephobe. New episode is out today, by the way. The Cinefeud. We had a game show on Cinephobe between me and Zach Harper. Anthony Mays was the host. It was like Jeopardy. Stugotz. You could pick the dollar amount and stuff like that. And it's a great episode. Definitely check it out wherever you get podcasts. Cinephobe. But I recorded a new episode last night for our new month, which I think we've announced it's going to be Space Month, Space/Aliens Month.
wow.
So it sounded fine. I went out last night, had dinner, sounded fine. Woke up this morning, had breakfast, sounded fine. Walk in the studio, sit down, mic turns on, and all of a sudden,
It happens.
my time to shine has come. The only way I can hold it back where you can't tell is if I use the movie guy voice for the entire show.
Right.
A little creepy though.
It suppresses the phlegm, though.
It does.
It does.
It's like it's scared of this voice. Oh my God. Guys, sit down. He means business. That's what the phlegm is saying to each other in there.
So what is the standard for athletes hosting the ESPYs?
Like the gold standard
Yeah. Like Peyton Manning did well, right?
does
John Cena.
John Cena count?
I
John
guess.
Cena would be the best.
Was he the best?
John Cena.
I'm not remembering any opening monologue from him. I remember Manning's
did.
opening monologue being good.
I've never told you my SB story.
I don't think so.
Oh my God, this is.
That's why I brought it up, just for you to do this.
Wait,
This
Cena
is a
was
doozy.
good, though?
Okay, so that was my first
I couldn't see
ESPYs
him.
I'd ever went to. What's up? Oh, that was the first ESPYs I've ever been to. Right, I go,
And that was my first ESPYs.
and I go there, and he's hosting. Right, so we go in, and there's the bars are all open, and you're going in there, and people are buying you stuff, and like, I love your work. I'm like, oh, that's great, thank you so much, and I'm here with two of my one of them was actually Andrew Schultz. So at the time, me and Andrew Schultz and our other buddy John, we thought we had successfully pitched and picked up a program with ESPN. So it was like, this is very exciting. Connor Shell had given us hey, you guys want to go to the ESPYs? We're like, do we? Everything's going great. So this is like a time of great celebration. started at the JW Marriott lobby across the way, continued into the Microsoft Theater. Everything's awesome. At some point, someone comes in and says, okay, places everybody because it's a TV show. They want the crowd looking nice and full. So they close all the bars and usher everybody into the theater. I'm a little upset. I wanted to keep drinking, but whatever. Sit down. We have 7th row seats. Like, these are really good seats, right? John Cena comes out and he starts doing the monologue. And it's a monologue, right? It's not stand-up, right? But I'm such a jerk. I'm upset that everybody's laughing so hard at these jokes that I decide to wait when all the laughter dies down and then go, ha, 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 I get it, and then explain the joke very loudly. I did this several times.
That's
What?
During
You
a
heckled him?
televised show.
You heckled him. Wow.
I didn't heckle him. He couldn't hear it, but like definitely, maybe you might hear the after effect of my laugh. The explanation wasn't as loud. It was just, I turned to Schultz. I'm like, oh, it's because Cleveland's not a fun place to go. Like, I would just kept doing that. And people in my section were like, who is this guy, right? So you can't get up from your seat until the first commercial break. So I'm getting antsy. Like, I just want to get back out there, right? I just want to get back out there. I'm in the aisle.
and continue to fuel this already bad judgment.
Oh, yeah. So watch this. So stage manager comes out, and we're in break. And so I'm in the aisle. I have one leg already on the aisle. I pivot, turn, and I take 3 swift steps up the aisle because I'm thinking the rush to get to these bars is going to be unbelievable. I don't want to be waiting in line. I want to catch this show, right?
How long is this segment? Like, how long have you guys?
How long is the
The one
commercial
that
break?
we're in right now, presently?
Yeah.
Too long.
Right.
So 3 strides up, something tells me, turn around and look behind you. And I look back, and I am literally the only person in this 6,500 person auditorium who's up and walking. And everyone is staring at me like, why does it look like he's evacuating for a fire or something? It was so awkward. I was like, oh my God. So I go out there, and eventually people start trickling out and you know, start buying drinks or whatever. So I go back in and said, let me watch the show, man. I came here to watch the show. I go there, and they're doing in memoriam all the people who passed away over the last year. And I'm like, oh my God, this is so sad. And then after that, they come out with this kid who was a high school football player who died when there was a drive-by shooting, and he threw his body in front of his classmates and his friends. And they lived, but he passed away. So it was his mom and his 2 brothers. And they were accepting this posthumous award. And I'm like, oh my God, this is so sad. And then it was Craig Sager coming out. And Craig Sager, at the time, the cancer had been advanced. And it's like, this is Craig Sager doing the Stuart Scott. Like, I'm not going to be here much longer. And I fell into this deep depression that when we went to break, I got up, I left, I never walked back in. And that's my ESPY story.
Seems like alcohol really took its toll there.
Really?
Got you thinking that your ideas were good when they were not, and then inevitably depressed you.
Oh, no, the ideas were great. I didn't wait in the line to get a drink.
What was the
So
show that almost got greenlit?
It was, you know, it's funny because it was supposed to be like Style Police, but we would be making fun of what athletes were. This is back when it was just starting that people were dressing more flamboyantly and outlandishly. And so we pitched this to ESPN. We're like, and a couple of places were
Breaking
like,
down their fashion
nobody
choices.
cared. No, like nobody cares about what they're wearing. I'm like, trust me, they're gonna care. So the idea was we were gonna sit there, and we finally arrived at this. The part that got greenlit was the Undefeated had just launched, and they had like a style correspondent. So like, what if we paired you 2 with her? She actually knows the fashion stuff and can tell you this is from the fall catalog of collection of Ralph Lauren or whatever. And then we were just making jokes and being silly. And so it was all good. And then everybody ghosted us, and that was the end of that idea.
Did Schultz stay? I mean,
No, Schultz went on to become one of the biggest comedians in the world. I could have been doing a show with him.
Schultze.
Schultze.
I
That's
think he's
his
got a
name.
podcast, right? Yeah, some podcast.
I mean,
yeah.
who doesn't?